Tonight's edition of Newswatch, all of the details surrounding the sexual misconduct rumors against the student government's vice presidential candidate, Juan Biblioni.
And I'll have a story on the Me Too movement's founder's scheduled visit to ISU.
And I'll have your Cyclone Sports update.
And in weather, the snow is finally out of here, but the cold air and the cold breezes are with us. We'll talk a lot about how long that'll last coming up. Newswatch starts now.
Good evening, and welcome to the March 6th edition of Newswatch. I'm Lisa Greenwood.
And I'm Jessica Enwesi. Thank you for joining us. Just hours after the voting polls opened today, Student Government's Election Commission announced they would be investigating malicious rumors of sexual misconduct in the Neely Biblioni campaign. The timing of this announcement comes after a Neely Biblioni campaign sign was vandalized with an inscribed X over Biblioni's name and the word rapist written on duct tape. Student Government and the Office of Equal Opportunity said that both organizations had been aware of the rumors for more than 2 weeks. However, the OEO had not been able to substantiate the rumors or the evidence of the claim, and no rumored persons have filed a report.
The Neely Biblioni campaign believe the opposing side is behind the spread of the rumor and demand that they are barred from the elections. The Whittington Sims campaign maintained that they were advocating for sexual assault awareness and did not spread any rumors. Prior to this announcement, both parties were called to a mandatory meeting with officials from Student Government and the OEO to discuss the rumors. The Whittington Sims campaign do not agree with the decisions reached at the meeting and believe that ISU administration did not give them an option to disagree. On March 26, Tarana Burke, the founder of the social media #MeToo movement, will visit Iowa State to speak about her life and the need for sexual assault prevention. Burke, who was recently selected as Time Magazine's 2017 Person of the Year, has been a social justice advocate for more than 25 years. She started her own foundation called Girls for Gender Equality and hopes to change the way people talk about sexual abuse and assault. The lecture will be held on Monday, March 26 at 8 p.m. in Stevens Auditorium.
Mary Greenleaf Medical Center is known for more than just offering great hospitable services. The local Ames Hospital was recently awarded the Infection Prevention Award. According to the award's website, Greenleaf was able to reduce the spread of a potentially fatal bowel infection. The Reducing Healthcare Associated Infections Award was provided by the Iowa Healthcare Collaborative, an organization that hopes to reduce prevalent illnesses by encouraging communication, collaboration, and transparency, and seeks to ultimately raise the quality, patient safety, and value of healthcare in Iowa.
Open Mic Night is a great opportunity for students to show off their talents. Sierra Cross has more.
ISU's bi-weekly Open Mic Night was a success yet again this Tuesday. Every other Tuesday at 8 p.m., the maintenance shop in the MU hosts an Open Mic Night open to all ISU students.
You sit there, you wait, because you have to. You're wearing khaki. You're wearing light hair, like light khaki. Not dark, you can get away with it in the dark, but light khaki, you cannot get away with it. You get up. You see the stain. It's all the way down. All the way down.
Performers have 10-minute slots to showcase their comedy, singing, and anything else they want to show the world. There are 12 slots open every show, and sign-ups start at 7:30. This is a great opportunity for students to practice performing in front of crowds, see what people think of their material, and do what they love. One performer, who goes by the stage name Ibu, tells us about how Open Mic Night helped her get over her stage fright and really become comfortable on stage.
Been able to open up more, I guess is what well, I'm trying to get exposure and trying to kind of get over my shell and try to open up more, and I really like singing, and I've had such like really good response from people here. I mean, not only just for open mic, I've performed here a few times with Jose too in like other shows that they've had, and it's just a really good response, so yeah.
Make Make sure you sign up to show off your stuff or stop by to witness all the talent we have here at Iowa State. For ISU TV, I'm Sierra Cross.
The next open mic night will be on March 27th at the M Shop. A new exhibit in Morrill Hall depicts artwork that focuses on mass shootings in the United States. Jim Heinrich has more.
Iowa State's own Morrill Hall is home to the Christian Peterson Art Museum. The museum features several exhibits, including the React Gallery. This exhibit is called Thoughts and Prayers, or Mass Shootings in the United States. It deals with some of the tense political issues surrounding mass shootings and violence in America, and how culture can interpret these acts through art. Colin Powell is an ISU student who also works at the museum. He's seen firsthand the kinds of emotions that this kind of exhibit can bring.
So the React Gallery is designed to be different than the other galleries on campus. The other galleries on campus sort of have these semester-long exhibits or exhibits that are very sort of fine art. And the React Gallery, while it is fine art, it's meant to be more action-oriented. So we like to respond to events or respond to sort of things in the zeitgeist that's happening around art. So they're usually hot topics or hot issues dealing with sexual assault or violence or, like we said, mass shootings.
Workers at the museum reached out to faculty and students to give their own interpretations of the art or the topic of mass shootings. Powell gave his own interpretation of one of the pieces in the exhibit.
This is the sculpture that's actually on the outside of Morrill Hall on the front. I think in the context of mass violence and shooting, this kind of represents ideas of like scars or wounds, because the outside, when you look at it in real life, it's very violent, and it kind of has all these metal like rods and twines just kind of crashing into each other.
Also featured in the exhibit is an interactive simulation showing how thoughts and prayers can only help so much, and a video of a woman who was at the concert during the Las Vegas shooting. The exhibit opened on February 21st, just 1 week after the school shooting in Parkland, Florida. The museum is open each weekday from 11 to 4 and is free for all guests. The exhibit will close on March 9th. For ISU TV, this is Jim Heinrichs.
For more information on the next React Gallery, visit www.museums.iastate.edu.
Coming up next, West Virginia teachers will be going back to work. Stay tuned, you're watching Newswatch.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
After being forced to cancel 9 school days due to a teacher's strike, West Virginia lawmakers have agreed to raise the public workers' salaries by 5%. The statewide strike caused all public schools to shut down and affected over 300,000 students and employees. According to a recent poll, West Virginia ranks 48 in terms of the amount the state pays the teachers. This pay discrepancy has caused high turnover rates as teachers leave the state for better work conditions. Although the teacher strike is over, the salaries of public workers is still a part of collective bargaining. Given the years of protest, Iowa has experienced much of the same issues and trends as West Virginia.
Payless Shoes is offering condolences to the family of a 2-year-old girl who died after a mirror inside of one of its Atlanta stores fell on top of her. According to police, Ifra Sadiq was found severely injured Friday night. Sadiq was visiting the store to get new shoes with her family when the mirror fell on her. The girl was pronounced dead at a hospital. The mirror was reportedly not fastened to the wall properly. Family members say it took 2 adults to remove the heavy mirror from on top of her. For now, the family is not pressing charges.
50 years ago today, the U.S. Supreme Court decided to hear the case that would set precedents for free speech cases all over the country. In Tinker versus Des Moines Independent Community School District, the court ruled that, quote, students do not shed their constitutional rights of freedom of speech or expression at the schoolhouse gates. This case remains relevant to this day, especially when it comes to high school students organizing protests, demanding reform on gun control, and other school safety measures.
Prosecutors in San Francisco are reducing or dismissing thousands of past marijuana convictions, a move that will retroactively apply California's new recreational marijuana legalization policy for cases stretching back decades. San Francisco District Attorney George Cascone's office will be reviewing, recalling, and resentencing up to 4,900 felony marijuana convictions.
A former Trump campaign aide that was promising to defy a subpoena from special counsel Robert Mueller has blacked off. Sam Nunberg stated that he was angry over Mueller's request to have Nunberg appear before a grand jury and turn over thousands of emails and other communications from the ex-officials. Nunberg has stated that he is willing to cooperate with the Mueller's team.
Mayor Megan Barry of Nashville, Tennessee, resigned today after pleading guilty to theft. Barry cheated the city out of thousands of dollars to carry on with an affair with her bodyguard. Barry and her former bodyguard, Police Sergeant Robert Forrest, pleaded guilty separately to the felony theft. A special election to choose a new mayor will be held in August.
Women in Saudi Arabia are learning to drive. Although the country has not lifted its ban on allowing women behind the steering wheel, many are taking advantage of introductory driving courses. Organizations are also hoping that lifting the ban will positively affect the auto industry, as more drivers will be flooding the roadways in the coming years. According to Saudi Arabia's de facto ruler, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he hopes to improve the rights of women in his country.
Yet another White House aide has left the West Wing. The director of the National Economic Council, Gary Cohn, is leaving the White House after disagreeing with President Donald Trump on trade policy. Cohn has been leading the internal opponent to Trump's planned tariffs on imports of steel and aluminum. However, the two have been civil about Cohn's leaving. Trump said that Cohn had served his country with great distinction. Cohn stated that it was an honor to work with the Trump administration.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the weather with Zane.
Get your You're not in here.
Yes, I am.
Move! Give it to him hard!
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Right now, here in Ames, we're sitting at 31 degrees outside. The winds are pretty gusty, out of the north-northwest at 20 miles per hour. If you look at this picture over the Highway 30 and I-35 interchange, you can still kind of see some snow, even in the darkness. Off on the side of the road at this hour. We did have plenty of snow actually fall last night into today across the state of Iowa. Up to the north is where they actually had the most. It got colder up there fast. Algona and Mason City both over 4 inches. Lesser amounts as you head off to the south, only 2.5 inches here in Ames, but you know, early March, that's some pretty impressive snowfall. This is a big radar loop that happened through today, which didn't quite work properly. There it is. You can see this big area low pressure slowly sank to the south and east across the state, and it's finally on its way out now. And there's just a few showers, snow showers, moving across into Illinois at this hour. Temperature-wise, northern parts of Iowa are below 30 degrees in the upper 20s, and then if you head further south and east, they're around freezing, 33 degrees in Cedar Rapids and Ottumwa at this hour. Wind speeds, like you saw earlier, they're pretty gusty, mostly out of the north and northwest, 12 miles an hour up in Fort Dodge, 15 here in Ames now, and 14 to the south in Des Moines. Because of that, our wind chills are quite a bit lower than actual temperatures, only the mid-teens up to the north, low 20s to the south, so it's going to feel pretty chilly overnight and into tomorrow. Satellite and radar picture, at least nationally, here's that big area low pressure that's moving off to the south and east from us, just spinning a broad area of very light snow showers right now. And then off to the east, that system is actually going to kind of combine with this, and it moves up the north or the mid-Atlantic region and bring those folks some more rough weather after that nor'easter they had a couple days ago. So let's look at futurecast here. We're going to start off tonight. That area of low pressure is going to be moving off to our south and east. That'll get out of the way, but it'll still be spinning off some clouds and very light snow showers into tomorrow. We really won't start to clear out until early on Thursday when high pressure starts to build in from the north and west. So by Thursday and into Friday is when we'll start to clear out and warm up just a little bit. So tonight, meantime, forecast lows for most of Iowa in the teens, maybe around 20 down in Des Moines in the city. When we get to tomorrow, highs will be up mid-30s, southern part of the state, upper 20s off to the north. So in Ames, 21 for the low tonight, mostly cloudy, a few flurries, but those will be very early. Really, they're probably gone by now, so you won't have to worry about those too much. Tomorrow, the forecast looks pretty similar, mostly cloudy again. A few scattered flurries could be possible, high of 32, but those winds will be fairly breezy from the north and northwest, 15 to 20 miles an hour, maybe higher gusts. Your extended forecast, once we get past Wednesday, Thursday, sunnier, little bit warmer, especially on Friday. Another system comes in time for the weekend, and then things finally start to calm down and get a little bit warmer by early next week. Stay with us. Malcolm is coming up next with your sports.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Malcolm Gibson with your sports. The Iowa State men get to open up the Big 12 Conference Tournament in Kansas City, Missouri against the Texas Longhorns. The Cyclones are on a 6-game losing streak after finishing the season 0-10 on the road, and the biggest threat to Iowa State is projected top 5 lottery pick Mohamed Bamba. The Longhorns, who are a 7 seed, are on the bubble going into March Madness and need a victory to seal up their tournament. The game is Wednesday, 8 p.m. on ESPNU. The women's season has come to an end as they faced the Lady Longhorns in the Big 12 tournament and lost 69-81. Senior Emily Durr finished her career by putting up 25 points and hitting a career-high 9 field goals from the field. Bridget Carlton put up 25 points, moving up to 4th in Iowa State women's history for points in a single season, and Emily Durr finished her career with 965 points and finishing 10th in free throw percentage in Iowa State's women's history. The women's gymnastics team is coming off a third-place finish in the Masters Classic as they posted a 195.575 points. Losing to second-ranked UCLA and 16th-ranked Nebraska, they look to defend Hilton Coliseum against 19th-ranked Missouri, who's coming off a big victory against Florida, and the University of Iowa in the Cyhawk Series. The Cyclones have looked great this season with a record of 16-4 and are currently undefeated at home. The Cyclones will be on Cyclones.tv at 6:30 p.m. The Iowa State women's track and field team will have 3 entries at the NCAA Indoor Championships at College Station at Texas A&M. Joami Lequi, sorry if I butchered that name, will be competing in the long jump and triple jump. Lequi swept the long jump and triple jump at the Big 12 Indoor Championships and State will be running the 800-meter after finishing second at the Big 12 Championships. You can watch your Cyclones on ESPN on Wednesday. March Madness is upon us, and the regular season has come to an end. And as conference tournaments begin to end, everyone gets to have their favorite time of the year, setting up their brackets. And the perfect goal for every college basketball fan is to have that perfect bracket. Bubble teams like Syracuse, Oklahoma State, and Texas will try to beef up their resumes and get into the big dance, while mid-majors try to fight for their conference championship in order to get a ticket. March Madness is soon, and every basketball fan is excited. Stay tuned as we finish wrapping up newscasts.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
We're doing it.
I'm testing for HIV.
Knowing your HIV status allows you to stay healthy.
I do it for my sisters.
To stay strong.
For your partner. I care for my community.
I do it to lead by example.
We do it for love.
And now it's your turn to get tested for HIV.
It's fast, it's free, and it's confidential.
Make HIV testing a part of your routine.
Visit cdc.gov/doing it.
I'm doing it. Are you?
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Save the Bears. Sign the petition. Go to helpbears.org. That's helpbears.org.
Michelle Obama met one of her biggest fans today. Parker Curry is the little girl who went viral online after being captivated by a portrait of the former First Lady. The photo of Parker even caught Michelle Obama's attention. Obama tweeted out a video of the two having a private dance party to Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, and she even wished Parker to keep dreaming.
Beautiful gowns, viral memes, and a room full of winners were all on display for the 90th Academy Awards this past Sunday. Some notable winners included Jordan Peele for his horror movie Get Out, which took home Best Screenplay. The Shape of Water, directed by Guillermo del Toro, won Best Picture, and Blade Runner 2049 was awarded Best Visual Effects. The coveted Best Actor and Actress awards went to Gary Oldman for his role in the film The Darkest Hour, and to Frances McDormand for her performance in the movie 3 Billboards in Ebbing, Missouri. After the show, many took to social media to celebrate their achievements.
Architecture students have been working hard to improve the Ames community. Ben Olson and Zach Williamson visited with members of Architecture 202 to see what they're doing.
Behind the design building and inside of King Pavilion is the Architecture 202 studio, and one of the more creative classes at Iowa State. This class has partnered with Ryman Gardens of Ames to complete an interactive installment around the gardens.
I'm just gonna email him.
The project is called Design Build, meaning the students in 202 will do everything from brainstorming the idea to physically constructing this installment. The class of 77 students has created numerous models in preparation for construction, including the half-scale module currently shown. Andrew Evans, a second-year architecture student, explained the installment concept and purpose.
And so these modules are going to link up from side to side and start to kind of almost like roll through the landscape, and you can climb through them, walk around them. It's meant to be highly interactive.
Evans believes this project will be extremely beneficial.
You can do a ton of stuff like on the computer and in like these smaller scale models, but until you like actually get out there and build something and understand the issues with like the construction process and like learning how to adapt on the fly, and then like very real things about construction like footing, joints, weather resistant, all those sort of things. I think this semester is exposing us to a lot of that stuff.
Construction of the project is expected to begin in April. For iState News, with Zach Williamson, I'm Ben Olson.
Raymond Gardens is open to all project ideas to improve the gardens. To pitch an idea of your own, email raymondgardens@iastate.edu.
The student government's presidential debates are over, and students will be able to vote this week. So I went out to get their views on student concerns.
Dangerous ideas that are particularly targeted at certain.
This Monday and Tuesday, the voting polls are open. For this past week, Iowa State student government's presidential candidates had the opportunity to discuss platforms and policies during the presidential debates. Julian Neely and Ben Whittington faced off for the first time and promoted the ideas and initiatives they believe they each could bring to the university if elected. Whittington and Jocelyn Sims, major platforms encompassed transparency, inclusion, and accessibility.
My core beliefs, I know Jocelyn and I, we have kind of like different aspects of the platform that we're really invested in, but I really want to stress more student involvement and more transparency. The student involvement, because I feel like nothing could really get done and we don't have any real power until the students that elect us actually care.
On the other side of the ballot, Neely and Juan Biblioni Rivera's platforms revolved around changing, innovating, and empowering students.
Change is looking at the concept of what we currently have here at Iowa State University and what are the missing puzzle pieces that we could implement here on our campus. Then we want to look at innovate. We want to look at the things that we currently have at Iowa State and how can we strengthen them, how can we improve them. One big thing is Cyclone Spirit, since our Iowa State community, one Cyclone.
After an exciting debate, the campaign trail is coming to an end. Both sides are looking to secure support and votes to see their platforms become historic achievements and the chance to improve the lives of Iowa State students.
Vote for the people that have best represented you and have a track record of being a voice for you, and additionally have the plans to better serve you in the future.
Students can access the voting polls through a link sent to their university emails. The polls open on Tuesday, March 6th and will close on Wednesday, March 7th at midnight. By Thursday, we will have a new student body president. I'm Jessica Enwesi with ISU TV. Remember to check your Iowa State emails to vote for your student government candidates and visit www.studgov.iastate.edu for more information. Remember, voting closes tomorrow, Tuesday at 12 o'clock midnight. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
That's all we have for tonight. Make sure to tune in this Thursday for more news, weather, and sports.
From all of us at ISU TV, have a fantastic night, Ames, and have a great spring break.